3. And I'm looking for a good brush to start with here. Huh, wonder what that brush is. Let's try the Transcend Art brush number 000, because I was thinking if we could get some detail happening in there, that'd be good. But actually, come to think of it, I'd rather keep going with the big brush and try to get this to look more like actual greens, foliage kind of thing. So I'm just gonna grab, I don't know what, a random green. Let's try to go a little deeper. And so here we got gray here. We got this nice green there. Here's some brown. Let's put that in. There we got kind of a good deep green. And let's just see if we can't, come down here and just say, hey, we're gonna be some, what do you call it, trees. And we can. There's gonna be a house here apparently, and here we can go. Yeah, that is looking pretty good. Okay, now I'm gonna let that dry for at least like 10 seconds, and then I don't know if it's quite been 10 seconds. Then we're gonna just try to sort of move it around a little bit with water, just to, by waiting. If we just went straight in and started moving it with water, we would lose the definition that we got from. See the way this sort of stayed dark, that's lighter, and we're kind of moving, doing stuff there. But by waiting a little bit, we keep the darks, and I think that's slightly better. And I'm gonna make get this is kind of a Payne's gray and mix that with the same green. And let's see, like here there's this thing here is kind of dark. We can try to say that this is that. And uh, we're just basically trying to make it look more complicated than it did before it looked very simple, like simple scribble, simple this. All these dots, those are very simple. We add a couple darks here. Now suddenly we have a little depth and dimension in this area that we didn't have before. What is this square here? I don't know, but I'm just gonna come here. It's just this. I'm just gonna mess up that square so it's not so square, and that's looking good. That's the square is not really great. It's a nice, objective way to say, we are something. But anyway, that's looking pretty good. Make the brush damper and sort of move that around a little. Now we got like one, two, three, four tones in this thing, which is allegedly going to turn into that tree. Let's see if we can bring up, get some definition like right there. I don't know if that really helped. It didn't hurt. I guess I'm going to get more dark. Try to get some darks right here. Let's see, just make a couple things here. These are kind of distant trees. You can see these are trees here. And maybe we do run right here. Why not? And another one right here. And I think that looks a lot better than it did before. I mean, if this is greens far away, this definitely looks like greens close, right? Hey, Jar Quinn, thanks for the greeting. Well, 9 people here. Welcome, everybody. We're trying to, what is that? Oh my gosh. I don't know what that is. Anyway, that's okay. Anyway, what else? Here I was thinking to just try to put some details in, but now I'm thinking let's try to capture this dark red brown that is in a lot of those roofs. We don't now have that represented in our very limited, we started putting the red roofs, like those roofs. We put a couple like yellows in there, but let's try to achieve that dark brown, reddish brown. So this is violet. This is this is something I forgot the name of that color, but what it is kind of like Van Dyke brown with a lot of yellow in it. And let's see, let's try this, which is some kind of reddish. It's a reddish color with what do you call it? It's like a violet. Here we go. Okay, so here, and this, certainly has a lot more pop than this, but it's gonna dry a lot, with a lot less pop. So let's start with this thing here. You see that? It looks like the letter C turned on its side with a square edge. I want to just try that. And then, so if this is this, then that would be like right here. So I'm just gonna say, and we did sort of put couple of squares in there. Let's just start right here. I hope this is gonna work out because I'm gonna try this one over here. And then this would be a lighter one here, and then there's another one there, lighter. Now I'm gonna take a different brush now because I like to hold on to that color on that brush. And we're just gonna have a damp brush and we'll try to move this stuff around slightly. And let's see, this one here is actually, there's something right in the middle here. Let's try to add some. Yeah, we don't want to be destroying the integrity of these brush strokes. Let's see, try and come right here. That's looking good. And here, let's try a little triangle right there. Okay, that's looking all right. And I wish this line was straight right there. Let's see if we can just take this other brush and make this a straight line. Not working. How about this brush? Just try to bring this over to make that a straight line instead of a line with a bump on it. Not working either. Let's see, where's my brush with the paint on it? Here it is. See if this can, oh, that's slightly better, okay. And what was this one? All right, it's not really damp. I'll take this one here, just kind of bring this down, that's cool. And here we try another little square. Good, and I don't really like that much, but let's see if this can remove that right there. Okay, that seems like it's removed. And all right, that's going places, right? Let's see where else this color is. There's some up here, so let's try to come up here and good. And then this, I'm gonna try to go right here. If you see this thing right here, I'm sort of trying to make a representation of that right now. And even if I'm doing an apple, this is really the way that this certainly is a good way to describe what's happening because in an apple, I might be looking for like a little area within the apple and then just sort of paint it, just like we're saying that this little thing that looks like a L kind of, or looks like a triangle with a rectangle is this. So anyway, there we go. Hey, thanks, 1787 for that compliment work of art. Very, very complimentary. Appreciate it. Yeah, if you're just visiting, this is getting into like the first hour, I think, of we did 3 painting sessions so far on this. They were 15, 20 minutes each. And I would expect we're just tickling 1 hour work so far. Trying to paint the photograph from 1963. This is a Life magazine. It's called Life World Library, France. I got the whole set from my grandmother about 20 years ago. I looked up to see if it could be worth thousands, but it's worth 60 bucks. There's 34 editions. And oh well, I might as well just keep it in my cute little pile for 30 bucks. But anyway, here we are. I'm going to try to hit that. We're doing the dark browns that are found up there. And then here, this is supposedly going to be this tower where I made this triangle implied with negative space. And if that's what it is, then the dark roof is maybe right here. So let's just see if we can't hit the dark roof. And I think hitting the dark roof is a big help. I love this one here. This is a triangle, which actually has a lot of blue in there, and I really think that's going to be a central focal point because of the blue. It's going to differentiate, and it's right there, almost in the center of the thing. So I'm looking forward to painting that blue triangle. Okay, we got that. Let's do a little thing up here, I guess. This right here would be this, and I'll just bring this down, and now I want to go lean into red, which let's see what this is. So here, whoops, I want to lean into the red. I'll just grab this. Is not really red, it's violet, but close enough. And we were talking about, well, let's see if this, we could say hi where the roof here. And that looks good. A heck of a lot too much water there. But there we have that red is not, really fitting, but it is certainly a different color, and it's not really throwing out of bed the idea that we're trying to get depth here. I made it a little bit lighter, a lot lighter, as a matter of fact. And if this is that, I don't know. We're pretty much miles away from a color match, but at least we have a distinguishing area now. I don't think it's really going to work out, but we'll paint over that, and maybe a couple over here just with that same tone. And what is that, a hair? Cat hair, probably, since we have a cat. And here, I'm just going to put a dot there because I'm seeing a hint of red in this white that's right there. Let's just start that thing, and okay. And I don't really like this red here. I mean, the red is not at all matching our color, but here now I put some water and blot it up. Now we just have a light stain, just an indication, a hint that something is going to be happening over there. Hey, wow, new subscriber. Hello and welcome. I hope you're not. Lately, I get a lot of new subscribers that mysteriously sneak away after I don't know what. Maybe you see this and like it, and then you see I don't know what, and think, "Oh, look, it's Chibi. I don't want to be here." I don't know. Anyway, just the other day, I got 2 subscribers, and then the next day I had, too few. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get back to this coral kinda color, which we had working here, and I want to do this, right there. But I'm gonna leave a white space because, I don't want to bleed into this darker color, so we're gonna fill in that white space later. And now I want to get heavier into red, same color, heavier into red. And there it is. Here's the red. Here's that color. Get some red on the brush and go in there. Now we got the same color, heavier into red. Let's see if we can't. I'm gonna see if we can't get something going here for this roof that you see right there. And this is like way off. I mean, I don't think we could be farther away when it comes to like color match idea, but whatever. I'm just gonna start it there, and I think we're gonna maybe grab some yellow to lean into yellow. And it doesn't really matter because we got that green already in there, so doesn't matter what we're doing here with this. No, that's a little better. All right. I mean, is that really going to be that? I have no idea, but we are laying down the foundation here, and since we got yellow, I'm gonna try to hit this and this, which are deep in there and kind of yellow. Let's just go here and here. And the idea here is if we get these planes in here well represented, then we can go in with super tight brush and like do that shadow of the chimney or the hard line here or like this window here. And it's all going to come together because we already have these basic things down. Like this thing here was allegedly like this with the dormer windows sitting there. So, we're just trying to get this. I don't know if it's still an under, I guess it's an underpainting sort of. Anyway, what we got here, we're on yellow, and here's some yellow. Um, here's a house that sticks into the greenery. Let's see that. I wasn't really even thinking of doing that house, so I'm just going to say here, this is going to be that house. And I'm going to go back to the dark, and let's see about putting the roof of that house dark here. That is pretty clumsy, but whatever. At least we got a position kind of happening. That's cool. And I guess we can try and put some of the yellow right here. Okay. Things are happening now, that's for sure. I'm gonna try to go this. And I'm gonna use a little poetic license because this area here does not even remain in our shot, our reference there. So whatever. That's going to be the close-up house, and put some yellow here because there's yellow there. And it's not especially a great thing to have a big complex area this close to the edge of the page, but we're not that close. We still got like quarter inch from the page. I'm coming here every live to see the masterpiece you made. Thanks. Wow. That's a heck of a nice compliment. Thanks so much. Okay. Anyway, let's see what's going on. 17 minutes already. How about that? I really just trying to turn a corner on that sometimes messes up the live feed when you get a spam call or any call. All right. Well, maybe it's time to take a break, but I sure am glad I got myself and started painting here. We're doing the 1963 photo. We have a lot of paint laid down on the paper here. And I appreciate everyone came by. Thanks for those thumbs up. And see you shortly because I'm going to jump back in very soon. Okay, bye.